Day in, day out, many are made aware of the unfathomable reality of being under the supreme grace of this dispensation. Prophet Namara Ernest, through the testimony of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Lately, it seems all that glitters is gold.
'Cause I've got a golden ticket.
The price of the precious yellow metal on the rise.
It's all-time high.
So, are we seeing a modern-day gold rush?
Gold prices, this one is not here. But the global gold price is about to shoot up. And it was also going to be something unprecedented, like a new level of this price, the gold price.
1 month later, in the undeniable power of prophecy, the media was awash with stories about record high gold prices, precisely as foretold by the prophet of God.
About gold. Look, we're surrounded by the stuff here, but obviously other than jewellery and other forms of electronic uses, the main use for gold these days is as an asset. Something quite interesting going on with those assets around the world. But let's start by there's another nice bit of gold. Let's start by just reminding ourselves, where does gold actually come from? Well, a lot of it comes from out of the ground in various countries around the world, so Russia, China, the US, Canada. But after it comes out of the ground and it gets kind of minted, turned into bars and so on, often it ends up back under the ground again in vaults. And where are those vaults? Where do most people keep gold around the world? Well, it's New York and it's London. So in London, if we kind of zoom into London, underneath the Bank of England, a few floors underneath, you can actually hear the underground whirring around that level of the bank. There are all of these bars of gold, loads of gold, but it turns out some of that gold has recently been leaving London. Where's it going? Well, have a look at this. It is going from London across to New York. So it comes out of those vaults, it goes into planes, and then it flies across the Atlantic, usually in the bottom of a passenger jet. And it's actually happening, it's coming from other countries as well. So it's not just London. Everyone wants to bring gold to New York. Why? Well, have a look at this chart and you get a sense of what's going on. So this is showing you just how much gold is in various different warehouses, so commercial warehouses in New York. It was relatively steady up until the US election, and then look at this line. It went through the roof.
The trend has continued to soar as the President of the United States of America followed through on his aggressive tariff policies against China and imposed tariffs on all aluminium and steel imports, raising concerns about a serious trade war. They charge us, we charge them. Traders see these policies as a long-term safeguard against potential instability, sparking renewed interest in gold. Suddenly, even gold jewelry around the house is gaining new appeal.
People are worried that Donald Trump is going to impose tariffs on gold being moved back into the US. So they're bringing loads of it back into New York. It's a flux, and it's not just gold, it's silver and a few other things as well. But that's a problem, back to London, that's a problem for the Bank of England. Okay, so this is the back of the Bank of England where you physically get that gold out of the vaults. And it turns out it's quite hard to do that. And that's causing some issues. We just went to the Bank of England to talk to the Governor, Andrew Bailey, about this. Here's what he had to say.
Lately, it seems all that glitters is gold.
'Cause I've got a golden ticket.
The price of the precious yellow metal on the rise.
It's all-time high.
So, are we seeing a modern-day gold rush?
An epidemic hit the nation. Gold fever.
Here in the States and around the globe, the price of gold is going up to record highs. Today, just under $3,000 an ounce, accelerated by President Trump's win in November.
Gold prices are up almost 35%.
Now, they're continuing to skyrocket after the president followed through on his ambitious tariff policies on China and now on all aluminum and steel imports, raising fears of a serious trade war.
If they charge us, we charge them.
Traders see it as a long-term hedge against the president's potentially destabilizing policies, and suddenly some of that sentimental gold jewelry around the house has a new shine. Maybe it's validation of those spontaneous gold purchases at customers. Costco.
Costco's gold bars are now bringing in as much as $200 million a month.
The big box store getting into the precious metal business, selling bars for around $2,000 back in December 2023. Now, those same bars worth nearly $3,000. So, is it time to cash in or hold your gold?
You think things are going to stay at this level of volatility or get more volatile, then I would be keeping grandma's rings in your pocket for as long as possible.
With some analysts saying the price still hasn't hit a ceiling.
I think gold can continue to go higher.
In my opinion, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
If you're like Nelly, or were just inspired by the telly,
avoid disappointment and future regret. Call now.
For now, those investments are worth their weight in, well, gold.
Gold prices, that one is not here. But the global gold price is about to shoot up. And it was also going to be something unprecedented, like a new level of this price, the gold price.
Gold prices have been making headlines. And if you've been keeping an eye on the market, you know why. On Tuesday, gold surged to an all-time high of $2,930 per ounce, with prices in India today soaring past 87,000 per 10 grams. But what is driving this rally? Is it just a short-term spike, or is there more to the story? From Trump's tariff to geopolitical tensions and central bank money, we break it down all for you. Gold has always been seen as a safe haven asset during times of uncertainty, and right now, global markets are anything but stable. Investors are flocking to gold as trade tensions, geopolitical conflicts, and economic risk escalate. While the price surge has been significant, one factor has slowed down gold's rally: the strength of the US dollar, which makes gold more expensive for other countries. Still, gold continues to push higher, driven by multiple factors. Trade wars are back in the spotlight as Donald Trump raised tariffs on steel and aluminum imports. This move has reignited fears of a US-China trade war, leading investors to shift their money into safe assets like gold. Historically, tariffs create market instability, and the gold thrives in such conditions. The uncertainty surrounding global trade policies is one of the key reasons behind the current surge in gold prices. Gold prices tend to spike whenever geopolitical tension rises, and the Middle East is once again in focus. Hamas recently halted hostage negotiations, citing alleged truce violation by Israel. This escalation has increased uncertainty in the region, prompting investors to seek refuge in gold. With no immediate resolution in sight, the geopolitical crisis is expected to keep supporting higher gold prices. A major player in the global gold market is the People's Bank of China, which has been increasing its gold reserve for the third straight month. Central bank demand plays a crucial role in sustaining gold prices, and China's continued purchase indicate confidence in gold's long-term value. Many other central banks are also stockpiling gold, further fueling the rally. While gold prices have been rising, the US dollar has also strengthened, reaching an index level of 108. This makes gold more expensive for buyers using other currencies, limiting the pace of further gains. However, despite this hurdle, demand for gold remains strong, indicating that markets will outweigh the impact of a stronger dollar. With gold soaring, the big question is, should you invest now? Experts suggest taking a balanced approach. While gold is on an upward trend, short-term volatility may continue due to a strong dollar and shifting economic policy. However, the long-term outlook remains bullish, supported by central bank buying and ongoing geopolitical risk. Investors looking for stability may consider standard investment to mitigate risk while benefiting from potential price appreciation. Gold is making headlines, and now you know why. Will prices cross $3,000 per ounce soon, or is this just another short-term spike?
Prophet Namara Ernest has not only preserved and protected the people of God, but has also prospered them. We are privileged to witness this remarkable supernatural authority firsthand.